Every day I see the same mistake. People trying every cable, every angle, every single arm variation, chasing that feel instead of stimulation. But you don't build biceps and triceps by simply massaging them. You build them by applying serious mechanical tension with movements that will allow you to move real weight safely and consistently. In this video, I will show you 4 most effective exercises that will help you build big arms. Not fancy, not trendy, all proven. And I will explain to you why all the fluff you see today is actually holding you back. Let's be honest, most people train arms with emotion, not understanding. They want to feel the muscle rather than load that muscle. And what builds size is tension and effort under load, not sensation. When you isolate too much with cables and dumbbells, you simply reduce overall tension and you start turning your training into the therapy for your ego. The old school greats, Arnold, Nubre, Oliva, they build their arms with simple and effective exercises. They use barbell curls, preacher curls, triceps pushdown, and French press. And that's it. No endless angles, no fancy cable exercises, just simple work, precision, and progressive overload. So if you can choose only one exercise for developing big biceps, that will definitely be barbell curls. So this is the movement that will allow you to apply maximum load through the long range of motion. And in order to do that, you have to keep your elbows slightly forward, no swinging, and think of pulling that weight purely with your biceps. You don't use any momentum or anything else, no shoulders, lower back, in order to lift the weights up. Also, you have to focus on control. Your concentric part of the motion should be anywhere from 1 to 2 seconds, and your eccentric or lowering the weights down should be at least 2 seconds. So don't worry much about feeling it perfectly. Focus on controlling real load under full tension, because this is what will recruit most of your muscle fibers in the biceps. So if you keep your elbows slightly forward, you will manage to apply mechanical tension throughout the motion. Lifting that weights from that position up, you will have tension throughout your biceps. Make sure that you don't go all the way up and rest at the top, because this is the moment, the point, when your biceps loses tension. So you don't want to be there. You don't want to end up there. So you have to go as far as the tension will allow, and tension is still there, and then slowly go down. As you can see in the video, the way that I'm performing, I'm focusing on lifting that weight purely with my biceps, not momentum, not hips, not lower back, not shoulders. So this is the best way to benefit from this great exercise. I would advise you to do anywhere from 4 to 5 sets, and the number of reps should be anywhere from 8 to 12. So you go near failure. You're not going to go all the way to failure, because going to failure means that you need to use a little bit of cheating or to lose other muscles in order to perform that last rep, which is a junk volume, by the way, and also is very dangerous. So you don't want to go to failure, because that can put a lot of stress on your biceps tendon. And people who do that all the time, they get injured. Some of them get very badly injured. Some of them can even tear the biceps tendon. So go near failure, maybe 1 or 2 reps near failure, and complete 4 to 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Use the same weight in every set. And if you drop under 8 reps per set, this is your last set. Now, I filmed few videos about progressive overload, and this is extremely important and is essential for muscle growth. But progressive overload doesn't mean that you just chase heavier weights and you ruin the form, and also you ruin your time under tension. So you will be able to add weight only if you manage to do more than 12 reps in the first set. If the day arrives and you do 15 reps near failure instead of 12, obviously you have reached the point when your biceps is much stronger, and in the next session you should increase the weight for 5% only and continue with the same principle. Start with 12 reps near failure, and then with the same weight do the second, third, fourth, fifth, as many sets as you can, not more than 5, preferably 4 to 5. But even if you can't do 4, it's still good. If you're a beginner, finish with 3 sets and then move to second exercise. That's fine. The point is that you keep within these parameters of 8 to 12 reps. Now the next exercise is a preacher curl. I prefer to do a preacher curl on a particular machine. You can do it with weights, doesn't really matter. The exercise is still the same, and the benefit of this exercise is that it will allow you to fully stretch under resistance at the bottom of the movement. So when you're fully stretched in the bottom position, your biceps is still under stress, simply because if you're using either weights, especially machine, the force will still be on the biceps. You're not going to lose the tension. And this is the benefit of preacher curls. So you can put very high tension at the bottom of the exercise, which is actually not the case with the barbell curls. Now, this exercise is obviously isolating because you cannot cheat. You're in the fixed position. Your arms are on that pad. And it's very, very effective exercise, and especially for the long head, which is the outer head of the biceps, because you are exposing that head. If you hold the machine, the bar narrow, so if the grip is close, you will have more tension on your longer biceps head, while with barbell curls, the tension will be more on your shorter head. So you don't need 6 different angles for biceps. All you need is these 2 exercises, which will fully stimulate both heads of the biceps and allow you to use maximum load for achieving optimal mechanical tension, meaning maximum muscle growth. These 2 exercises, for example, built my arms more than any other combination of exercises, and I never did any of these gimmick exercises that you can see around, these new inventions of fully stretching your biceps and feeling it. Because feeling the muscle is one thing. You know, I can massage your muscle and you're going to feel it a lot, but it's not going to grow from that. And I will explain to you in a minute why is not that the case. Now, the preacher curl, I advise to be done in 4 to 5 sets, again 8 to 12 reps, which is the perfect rep range for biceps. Again, the same principles apply. Concentric part, lifting 1 to 2 seconds, lowering eccentric, minimum 2 seconds. So when you get to the point that you can do more reps in the first set, more than 12, it's time for increasing the weight in your next bicep session. So increase the weight only for 5%. Now, if you're a beginner again, try to do as many sets as you can. It doesn't have to be 5. If you do 3, it's still fine, but keep this principle in place so you don't do more than 12 reps near failure, and if you drop under 8, this will be your last set. So now let me tell you a few words about these new exercises. They have been invented recently when you're actually keeping your arms behind your body, so you're completely stretching your biceps in the shoulder joint in order to, again, feel biceps more than actually doing biceps barbell curls. Stretching the biceps in the shoulder joint is going to make you feel it more, but that joint is not the active joint that actually allows for full contraction under maximum load. So when you pull your elbows behind your back and shoulders are fully stretched, the biceps is pre-stretched but mechanically weakened. Now the line of the pull of the cable no longer runs perpendicular to the forearm, which means that the torque in your elbow joint drops dramatically. In plain language, yes, you feel the stretch, but the lever tension on the muscle is absolutely minimal. At the bottom of the movement, you still feel the stretch because the cable is still pulling, but your biceps is no longer positioned to generate peak torque. And yes, it's stretched, but is not under heavy load. And mechanical tension, not anatomical stretch, is what drives hypertrophy. So again, yes, you can feel that stretch in your shoulder joint, at the top of your biceps, but the problem is that the biceps is not loaded with optimal weight load in the joint which is actually active, like for example in barbell curls or preacher curls. So when your arm is behind the body, when your shoulder is extended, the biceps long head is lengthened and weakened at its proximal attachment. So it cannot contract as efficiently because it's already under passive stretch in the shoulder joint. And this will obviously result in less active fiber recruitment and less total tension generated. So when it comes to triceps exercises, most people are actually cheating during the whole exercise. They are actually focusing on the cable instead of the positioning of their elbows. Elbows should be close to the body. They should be stationary. They must not move backwards and forward, because if you do that, you will be using different muscles. And if you use your shoulders or your back in order to pull heavier weights, as is the case most of the time, unfortunately, you are simply lowering mechanical tension. You are not causing the maximum impact on your triceps. Triceps pushdowns actually build outer and medial triceps heads, giving you that horseshoe shape. So this is very important to understand because that will relate directly to the second exercise. And this exercise should be done with precision, not momentum. This is the biggest problem with triceps pushdown. I advise you to do this exercise in 4 to 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Make sure that you fully stretch at the top, which is very important. A lot of people are actually going only halfway up in order to move heavier weights, never fully extending their triceps and then fully contracting at the bottom. You always need to listen to your joints. Your joints will tell you how far you can go. Nobody else in this world will tell you, oh, go halfway, or do this, 1/3, combinations, again, some fancy exercises. No, the joint is the one that decides how far you should stretch. So you should stretch as long as the joint allows. This is the mechanical, obviously, rotation around the axis of the joint, and why wouldn't you do that? So go all the way up, fully stretch your triceps, feel that stretch, and then all the way down, only with the strength of your triceps. No momentum, no shoulders, no cheating, not leaning forward too much. Sometimes people lean with the whole body forward, keep the cable on one side of their head, and then do some digging or whatever you want to call it, but it's not bodybuilding. So keep that cable straight in front of your head. Make sure that you are symmetrical in relation to the cable and use both your arms, both of your triceps in equal action. Again, once you pass over 12 reps, when the day comes, you should add a little bit more weight, as I advise 5% in every exercise. And then again, start with the first set of 12 reps, keep the weight the same. You don't need to do pyramid system, because pyramid system means that everything until the last set is simply junk volume. You don't want that. You want fully productive quality reps in quality sets. This can only happen if you use the same weight from the first until the last set. So keep the weight the same. First set, 12 reps, near failure, maybe 1 rep, 2 reps shy of failure. And then next set, probably reps will drop down. And as you go, you will complete your 4 or 5 sets. Once you drop under 8, this is your last set. You move to the next exercise. Now, next exercise is French press. I don't call it skull crushers deliberately, because when you lower that bar down to your forehead, you are not doing anything different than push down. So biomechanically, the exercise is absolutely the same. You're just in different position. And why is the same? Because again, if you don't bring that bar behind your neck, you will not stretch your long head. And doing French press in the proper form, which means, as you can see in the video, me performing there, that the bar goes behind your head. So in that position, you will fully stretch your long head, which is the biggest head of your triceps. This exercise done properly has done wonders for so many. Again, you see a lot of people going skull crushers from the forehead, but because the humerus is perpendicular to the body, they don't have that stretch. They don't have the stretch in the long head. And this exercise all about. It can be performed, obviously, doing different variations, maybe with dumbbells or cable again, but you have to go all the way behind your head in order to fully stretch your long head. So this is the purpose of this exercise that I like to call French press rather than skull crusher. So you can call it also triceps extension overhead, even probably be more precise. Now, fully stretch that long head. Make sure that you fully extend your triceps by moving your elbows as far back as possible. You're going to feel that immediately, even if you do that now by listening to me. If you move all the way back your elbow, you will immediately feel tremendous stretch in your triceps, which will actually activate that long triceps head, which is not activated in as much in other exercises for triceps. This exercise I also recommend in 4 to 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps. So again, near failure, maybe 1-2 reps shy of failure. Stick to the number of reps, the number of sets as I recommend, and when the time comes to increase the weight, if you pass your 12 reps in the first set, then you can up the weight for 5% in the following training session for triceps, and you will do good. So this is it. So these 4 exercises are the ones that I have been using throughout my bodybuilding career. They've done wonders for me. They've done wonders for so many others, for most famous bodybuilders in the world. They always relied on these 4 exercises. So no fancy exercises, no trendy modern type of stretching with cables, new angles, new exotic variations, which are there just to, discover America once again. No, simply stick to the basic and you will get the most out of your biceps and triceps development. If you are more advanced, you can add another exercise in your biceps workout or maybe in your triceps workout as well. But these 4 exercises, these 2 for biceps and these 2 for triceps, are actually bread and butter for building mass for biceps and triceps. And remember this, muscle growth doesn't care about variations. It cares only about tension. So the moment you stop applying effort and tension to your biceps and your triceps, as you will do with barbell curls, preacher curls, pushdowns, and French press, you will stop growing. Replace these exercises with anything else and you will pay the price. The muscle will stop growing. In some cases, it's going to start shrinking because there will be no enough stimulation and mechanical tension necessary for muscle growth. Let me remind you that after more than 40 years in bodybuilding, competing 46 times, winning 17 titles, coaching over 3,500 clients and get them in best shape of their lives, I have also published 12 ebooks which are fully loaded with everything you always wanted to know about bodybuilding. So if you want to enrich your knowledge and finally start building muscles and burning body fat, simply click on that link in the comments and you can download my ebooks. Also, I have recently published Bodybuilding Blueprint course in which I personally demonstrate and explain the most effective exercises for all muscle groups. So this course is made out of 8 videos and it will make sure that you will learn how to train with perfect form, meaning you will not waste time in the gym. So if you're interested in that, again, click on the link below and you can access my Bodybuilding Blueprint course. So guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, share the video, like the video, also send me your comments, and I will see you in the next video.